Sporting Communities are a community interest company. We're an ethical, non-for-profit organisation which services range from sports coaching, youth work, mentors and family support. We are a training academy delivering a range of qualifications, and we also have art and play services. Over the next coming weeks, Sporting Communities will be delivering a health, fitness and wellbeing podcast covering all relevant topics. Okay, guys, so it's just me and Ed delivering the podcast this week. So if you don't already know, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Michael John. I work for Sporting Communities. I'm a personal trainer. I enjoy doing cooking videos. I enjoy going mountain biking, going out on my motorcycle. I love all sports, love to give everything a try. And that's me. Over to you, Ed.
Cheers, Mike. Yeah, my name's Ed. I also work for Sporting Communities and also a personal trainer. I like, staying fit and healthy, playing sports, mainly football, badminton. I like going to the gym, spending time with just family, friends, taking my dog out. But yeah, that's about it for me as well.
Okay, guys. So as always, we have these questions that come in weekly. We've got between 4 or 5 today, and I think that right. So we're going to start going through them. So the first question is, guys, should we work out under stress? Okay, so, some of you might have different answers and stuff to that. What about you, Ed? What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, talking from experience, it's something I use personally myself. I think there's no better time to work out. I think after sometimes a long day at work or, something's really irritated me or got on my nerves, the one thing I always turn to is a workout, and there's a number of reasons why. Mainly, it's a good form of stress relief for myself. It tires me out. It focuses my energy on something different than my problems. I'm able to get a real kind of positive impact on my workout, being able to use my stress to give myself a better workout. And we know that obviously the effects of working out releases positive endorphins into your body, helps kind of bump up the production of your brain neurotransmitters, they're called, which are the endorphins in your brains that makes you kind of feel good. It's sort of like a meditation as well for me. It's like an active form of meditation where I'm in the gym, it's just distracting my mind of all my worries and problems, my stresses. And you know what? It's proven because I'll always leave the gym in a better mood. So that's my thoughts on that. Mike, what about you?
Yeah, so I think you covered pretty much all areas there, Ed. How you mentioned, obviously, physical activity helps bump up like the production of brain feel-good neurotransmitters called endorphins. But yeah, exercising. Do we exercise under stress? So exercise almost in any form or act as a stress reliever. So being active can boost your feel-good endorphins and distract you from like daily worries and stuff like that. Like you said, Ed, physical activity helps bump up the production of your brain feel good. Did you say endorphins kind of thing? Yeah. And regular exercise can increase self-confidence. It can relax you. It can like lower the symptoms associated with like mild depression or anxiety. Yeah. And exercise can also improve like your sleep, which I think we've mentioned on a few of our podcasts. Well, I think 2 or 3 ago, I can't really remember, but yes, guys, sleep's very important. Yeah. Which is often like disrupted by stress or like depression, anxiety. So, say like if I've got a lot going on at home or, a lot in my mind kind of thing, I'm a sucker for it. Like it'll play on my head, it'll play on my mind, and before I know it, I'm losing sleep on it and stuff. And, you can really feel it.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Ed?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you probably sound like myself, a bit of a warrior. So things just, even the smallest things to someone else are a big thing to yourself, and they'll just play on your mind. And how many times do you not get enough sleep and you wake up in a poor mood? You get stressed out more easily, and there's got to be some sort of solution. And again, you're probably like myself that I'll turn to maybe if I'm at work, maybe just taking a walk. It's still classed as exercise, taking a walk and a break from the screen, um, and just getting out there. Really, it just like I say, when we play sports, it totally takes your mind off it because you're focusing on something else totally altogether. So if you're really having to concentrate on a game of football, or I don't know, in the gym and you're lifting weights, for that brief amount of time, you feel amazing because everything's forgotten.
Yeah, just like to add on to what he said, so it's like a type of meditation or something, Ed. So like,
Yeah,
it's like you said, it's a meditation in motion. After a fast-paced game of football, or I don't know, several laps in the pool, and then you'll often find that you've forgotten about the day's irritation or whatever's in your head or whatever's bothered you, and you've concentrated only on your body's movements. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you find that even if they do come back after, so after you finish your game of football or whatever it is, you start, them worries come back in your head again. At least you've had that hour, 2 hours of a break from it playing on your mind. I think that's a really important point. Like, it might not make them worries or them stresses go away totally, but for the brief amount of time that you are playing sport, you're free from it. I think that's really important point to make.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you said, just like if it's just like an hour or something, then you like, for instance, going back to the game of football again. I'm concentrating on this game of football now. I want to win this game of football. I want to help my team win this game of football, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whatever I do in my head, that can wait till after, or kind of thing. But yeah, perfectly explained that. Do
you find
wait for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever? Do
you find as well that I prefer, if I've got things on my mind, that I'll prefer to play a sport rather than go to the gym? I just find that in between sets, it gives me that time again if to think about my stresses, rather than if I'm playing a game of football, it's constant. So I haven't got time. I'm always thinking about where the ball is, who am I marking, one thing or another. Whereas the gym, I can find that between sets, I'm almost sitting about, and it can bring back them thoughts a bit more. That's just from my own experiences. I don't know what you think about that, Mike.
No, spot on, mate. I totally agree with you. I'll tell you, kind of in the same subject. So I'll tell you what I started doing. Obviously, I train as much as I can whilst, I'm at home, during quarantine and stuff. Obviously, I've started going out. I still do a bit of cardio as well, guys. But what I've started doing now, say if I'm going to bed at night, I mean, it's hot summer days, it's 10 o'clock now, isn't it? Before the sun goes down, kind of thing. So if I aim to be in bed for about, between 10, 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'll go out for a bike ride at about, whether it's like 10 minutes, whether it's 30 minutes, and really give it some. And then I find when I get home, your heart's racing, your blood pressure, everything's rised, because you've been exercising. Yeah. And then give it like sort of like 2 to 3 minutes, and you're just dead relaxed. It's just like, everything's just dead quiet, and you just, I don't know what it is, but some people might argue that and say, you shouldn't be doing cardio before bed and stuff. Cardio is actually right. Well, like an hour or two before bed is actually helping me sleep, believe it or not, because it's effectively it's dropping the blood pressure, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've got to do what works for you, haven't you? At the end of the day.
Yeah. But yes, guys, I hope that covers everything for should we work out under stress. Okay, so another question that come up, guys. It's a funny one. It's been around for years. I've heard people say it. I've seen it on internet and stuff like that. So, second question: does weight training make women bulky? Like give you like the masculine look or something like that. It's one of them. It's one of them questions where people will argue it, or and you've heard a few women say, "Oh no, I don't want to look like this. I don't want to look like that," kind of thing. Ed, would you like to go first?
Yeah, it's a good point, and it is a question that's been around for years and still going. And you still hear women say, "Oh, I don't want to look like him," and then they point to someone that looks like the Incredible Hulk, and you're like, "I've been trying to get like him for years. Don't worry." So yeah, it's an interesting one, and I don't. It probably shouldn't just be related to women. Obviously, there's differences that go on between women and men inside their bodies, but it's no. In a short answer, no, it won't make you bulky at all. It's something. It's one of my goals. Obviously, I've wanted to put on a bit of muscle and stuff, and it's so much harder than you think, depending on your body type. So I wouldn't worry about getting big and bulky from lifting weights or going to the gym at all. You're going to have to eat huge amounts to get big and bulky, huge of good food as well to put on actual pure lean muscle. So I wouldn't worry about the fact that if you think you're going to get big and bulky in terms of muscular, if you're going to the gym and eating a really bad diet and food, obviously going to the gym is going to help, but obviously your diet's the issue there. So that's what you're going to have to change up and make that more healthy and getting a well-balanced diet. But in short, no, it won't make you bulky. You haven't got to worry about, lifting weights and then waking up like the Incredible Hulk. It won't happen. If anything, it's going to have a really positive effect on your muscles. You're going to get stronger. You're probably going to lean up and you won't get bigger. So, I don't know what you think of that, Mike.
Yeah, same kind of thing as you, really. So, does weight training make women bulky? Do I get the masculine look? I'd say no as well, lad. I don't want to lift weights. It will make me bulk up. This is a common mindset in in women. So the wary of starting a new training routine. Even so, say if you do a quick Google search or something, and it will reveal that it's incredibly popular area of the bodybuilding blogs and stuff, and say fitness forums and stuff like that. So one of the most significant benefits of resistance training is an increased fat burn rate. So it's quite the opposite of bulking up. So don't shy away from weight training on low hours on the treadmill, which can actually burn muscle as well as fat. So building and maintaining lean muscle mass will help you burn extra calories, and implementing some weights into an interval training can increase the heart health benefit compared to simple cardio machines the epilator or the treadmill or something. And what you got to remember, women's hormone levels, especially the testosterone, that makes the muscle building particularly difficult. So testosterone is extremely important for muscle protein synthesis and repairing muscle damage from weight training. So a woman's body has 10, 20 times less testosterone than a man. So muscle gain is not as easy as you might think. So like you said, Ed, you got to eat a lot of food and lift a lot of heavy weights and stuff because women, they don't have the testosterone that men do. Would you agree?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, great point there as well, Mike. Yeah, hit the nail on the head. I think it depends on your goal as well and what your class is bulky, personal kind of opinion and that. But no, I think, Mike, you've summed it up perfect there.
If this is still quite relevant. I mean, if you look at people, men and women, you look at men and women 10, 20 years ago, we all kind of look a little bit different and stuff now. And, women tend to hit a lot of leg machines, loads of squats, loads of compounds, glute exercises. It's really common, really popular and stuff now.
Yeah, and look at the exercise classes of the legs, bums and tums, what weren't around years ago now.
Yeah, that was it. But it all goes back to basics, compound movements and stuff. If you want to get bigger, you've got to eat properly. But same as you, Ed, your diet's got to be bang on. And because women don't need to eat as much, and the testosterone is extremely important for the protein synthesis, and women's testosterone is 10, 20 times less. Less than men, so they'll find it a lot more difficult, to bulk up, put loads of size and stuff on. So, yes, ladies, don't worry about it.
I like that. The point you made about the misconception of lifting weights makes you bulky when actually it helps burn fat. I think that's a really important point as well. That if anything, it almost has an opposite effect of getting you bulky. So, spot on there, Mike.
Not a problem.
Right then. So, question 3 is, why do some people lose weight faster than others? Mike?
Well, so, I mean, I'm not going to go proper scientifically into endomorph, ectomorph, mesomorph and stuff like that. But, I mean, you could say to lose weight, your data must be accurate. You need to know how much you're eating, how many calories you're consuming, how much activity you are doing. It's not enough to just guess. Even the best guesstimate could be about 10% or more off, and and this can quickly this can like quickly add up, and before you know it, you're not eating what you should be, like your macros and stuff. So like most people underestimate the calories and overestimate their activity usually anyway. So getting used to tracking and understanding your diet and exercise and data when you want to lose weight, the quality of food becomes like extra important. So people are more successful at like they're successful at losing weight and keeping it off just by like eating like diet rich in vitamins, minerals, micronutrients and fiber and stuff. So I think a lot of it has to go on the quality of the food as well, Ed.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think all these kind of harsh diets where they cut a ridiculous amount of weight really quick, I'm a firm believer of the quicker you either lose it, the quicker it comes back on. And the same with putting it on. So the quicker you build muscle, the quicker you lose it. But it's your body adapting to change. And I think that we can all agree that if you ever want to fully change a diet or a training, it's a lifestyle change. It can't just be a month where I'm gonna not eat for a month and lose a couple of stone. No, not at all, because all your temptations are gone for that month, and then it's a mindset of, oh, okay, I can go back into eating what I want now. It's not the case. It's got to be a lifestyle change. I think as well, an important point is that when we refer to losing weight, I think the key point is that it's got to be, you want to lose fat. I think most people's goal is to lose fat, not just weight. And it's quite a hard, I don't know if Mike, you'll agree, it's quite a hard one to sometimes fully measure without some sort of special device or measuring tool. I know there's some fat calipers where you almost pinch it on a point in your body and you can measure it that way. I think a good way as well is to take before and after pictures, so you can quite notice your change. So if you're not losing particular weight, and you're going to go, oh, this, I've been going to the gym so much, my diet's been good, and you look, I'm at the same weight, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So take pictures, because you might notice a change in your image. You might notice that you've actually put on muscle and lost fat where you've remained the same weight, but that's not a bad thing. Mike, what do you agree, or what are your thoughts on that?
No, I totally agree, mate. I'm not too familiar with how you check your fat properly. I know that there's the calipers and they have those special machines in gyms now, but then you ask yourself, how accurate are they? How many people have used those machines in the gym?
Yeah.
Obviously, we know about good fats and bad fats, and the visceral fat inside your abdominal cavities. You have to be really careful and stuff with them. But then that also mainly just like you need to like pay attention in your protein levels, starchy complex carbohydrates, healthy essential fats. Just because food it's in your calorie allowance doesn't mean that it's optimal for like weight loss. So like good quality food choices will be better for your body and will make it easier for you to stick up to your diet. And another one, guys, this like if you, because I know a lot of people do comparing, like, oh, why am I not as thin as this guy?
I was just about to come on to that. Yeah, go for it, Mark.
Yeah, so then like another one is your everyday movement. It all adds up. Active people find it easier to lose weight. Manual jobs, busy days, keep your calorie burn high without needing to even think about the gym. Every little everyday movement helps from like being on your feet more often to walking the dog, running around, with like, your kids, try to move more in your everyday life, and the weight will come off. So like I said, guys, just quickly highlighting, keep the calorie burn high. Do you know what I mean? What about you, Ed?
I'll just finish on one bit of advice that's going to probably be the hardest bit of advice that I've ever found, and not just in training, health and fitness, but everything. And it's stop comparing yourself with other people, because everyone's different. And just because you think someone's losing weight, the question, going back to the question, why do some people lose weight faster than others? I mean, that's just because everyone's different. And like Mike just mentioned, their daily physical activity intake might be more. They might be having a healthier, balanced diet than you. If you think your diet's on point, then then they might be exercising more. It's don't compare yourself to other people. Set your own goals on what you want to achieve, realistic goals. We touched on the SMART goals in the previous podcast. Set your own goals. Don't worry about if someone's losing a couple of pounds more than you in a week. Everyone's different. That's absolutely fine. I think as long as you're making positive progress and you're going in the right direction, then that's something to be happy about. Right then. So again, hope we answered the question there. If not, drop some comments in the comments section underneath the podcast, and then we can get back to you on that. Next question is, can we get fast results outside the gym? So with the gyms being closed at the minute, more people working out at home, I think the question's referring to that. Can we get fast results outside the gym, Mike?
Yeah. So I mean, can we get faster results outside the gym? So you can make sure your diet's bang on, guys. Diet, healthy foods, whole foods, all those kind of things. Remember not to overdo it. Make sure you're recovering. Sometimes I like to proper overdo it at the gym. Like I overtrain sometimes every day, and it's like, you know what I mean. And then I'll have a recover day, or maybe 2 recovery days in a row, and then all of a sudden, on my next workout, wow, I feel like Superman. I feel really good. But I mean, I can give you like an experience what I've had before. So sometimes people generally very motivated when they first start working out, and then like the tendency, like I said, is to overdo it. Training too much or too hard might feel good at first, but this will like drain your body of like energy like pretty quickly and stuff. So yeah, I'd like to say make sure you recover properly, guys. What about you, Ed? You got anything to add?
I totally agree with what you've just said. To be honest, Mike, I think that going back to the question, it's quite a broad question. Can you get faster results outside the gym? I don't think you can get faster results or fast results outside the gym. I think you can carry on with getting consistent results outside the gym. I think that if like Mike just said, you plan your diet right and you're training right, you're not going to slow down your results, but there's no quick way or faster way of getting results outside of a gym. But you can carry on getting good, consistent results, yeah, if you carry on, get your diet on point, get your training on point, change your training around. You might not have the same equipment and weights that you do in the gym. You might not have any weights, but there are ways and means of training. Again, check out Mike's and Shaq's videos on Facebook of different training kind of plans that you can do and workouts that you can follow without any weights. So definitely, yeah, I think you can definitely get results outside of a gym. Faster, no.
So yeah, it's guys, it's all about like the right loading stress followed by like appropriate recovery phases. Help you get the most out of your training. So like there's a word for that, isn't there? Like when you overdo it, I think it's called super compensation or something. So like when you're just overdoing it all the time, so it like leads to like a drop in like performance, and before you know it, your body regenerates faster during like the recovery stage, and so people just don't have enough time to like recover because like I said, overdoing it. So if you don't give yourself enough time to recover, you'll end up like overtraining, which has like a negative effect on your results. So you could say like apply training stress and respect to your recovery phases. Increasing repetitions is not the only way to like apply training stress. Adding a variety of workouts is also effective. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a HIIT class. So like that's high intensity interval training. So that can like really push your body to like a new level.
Advanced training methods that we talked about in one of the previous podcasts as well. So mixing it up, making your workouts more intense. Yeah, spot on there.
Okay, so finally, guys, the last question of the podcast. I'm sure you all do it. I've done it in the past before. Worked out for me all right. Did it in the end kind of thing. So the question is it a good idea to work out with our mates? Oh, is that a tough one? What do you think, Ed?
Well, I hope none of them are listening. No, yeah, I think sometimes, depending on my mood, motivation purposes, If I need a spotter, it's always good. I have a bit more confidence if I'm training with a friend. You've got that competition element that you both pretend that you're not actually competing with each other to lift more weights, but you are.
Yeah. And end up with a tear in your pec or something. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that, guys. But yeah, so I think there's a purpose for it. Sometimes I like just to stick my headphones in and have some music in, train by myself, get in my own zone. If I'm not in a particular mood, sometimes, depending who I'm training with, they might put me in a better mood. It's conversation between sets that, adds to that distraction. If I've got things on my mind, if I really feel like doing my own thing, sometimes it can be a bit annoying when they want to do something, you want to do another, and especially if you're not in the mood. So what I'll do is I'll just put my headphones in and do my own thing, not talk to anyone, have some music in, and get in and out. If I'm pushed for time, if I've not got a lot of time, sometimes I just want to get in and out, train out. I'll put my headphones in, get in there, no messing about, no talking. Sometimes if I'm training with a mate, it can double the length of the time of the workout just through talking between sets. So there's a reason for both. Sometimes, yeah, great, I love it. Sometimes I'm a headphones and music guy. Mike, what about you?
I think you've pretty much got it there, mate. So like when you when you go to the gym, you work out, you ask yourself, do you go by yourself, or do you organise like a session with like one of your gym buddies or something? So like you said, Ed, I'm a solo exerciser, and for me, I couldn't imagine having someone else working out with me. Yeah. And the workout itself is like my chance to be alone with my own thoughts, to bit of peace, bit of quiet, or like you said, Ed, bang a bit of music in, put your favorite track or something on, something fast paced or whatever. But then there's like the other people like love to exercise with their friends and find it like a positive activity to enjoy together.
Yeah, that social element into it.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember. I think if if you're beginning, beginning. If you're a beginner, say you're just starting off, guys. I think maybe like obviously once the gyms are open, obviously everyone's doing home workouts and stuff now, so it's a bit irrelevant. But say for instance, if you're a beginner or you join and you just join the gym or something, working out together can be really good. You can you can help each other out. You and your body can give each other like tips on pointers like improving your form. And if you're lifting like a moderately heavy weight, or one more rep, guys, one more rep. Come on, you can do it. This and that. Bit of motivational talking and stuff. But yeah, training on your own, you can do your own exercises, what suits you. You don't get any arguments. I've been to the gym with one of my mates before, and like, oh, we need to do this next. We need to do a pull. Oh, and I don't like that because I feel it there, and it's like, well, no, because it's for that. Do you know what I mean? Before you know it, you're in your training time, and you increased your rest periods. Would you agree, Ed?
Yeah, you're more stressed after you leave after the argument.
This is it. And. You're less likely to skip a workout if there's someone else counting on you. I mean, I'll tell you what then. So I've a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, we decided, my mate, I was like, oh yeah, we're at the gym, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock or something. It was 5:10, 10 minutes. And I was like, where are you? You let me down the last minute. And it's like, it's like, oh, come on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're relying on them, aren't you? If you planned in, like you just mentioned, to go at 5 o'clock and, you could have gone earlier and you're waiting on them and then they let you down. But I do think on the flip side of that if you are just starting out, it can be that motivation that instead of you waiting on someone, it's that someone reminding you, giving you that extra push or text that you need to get yourself up off the sofa and training. Someone knocking on your door going, are you ready? Right, have you got your kit on? Let's go. So that can work really well if you're sharing lifts or walking to the gym together. You've got that partner to plan a workout with. It can be something that you do together, so that definitely can help.
So like so with a partner, guys, so with your gym partner, you and your buddy can give each other tips, pointers, improving your form. You can spot each other, make lifting weights like a little bit easier. One more rep, lift heavier, come on, you can do it. And then engaging in a friendly competition, to help push each other. And then Ed, if you'd like to go over a couple of good points like training by yourself or something.
Training by yourself again, yeah. I guess like what we mentioned you're able to do what you want in the gym if something doesn't feel quite right, or you've not rested enough for a particular muscle group. You've got that freedom. You've got that freedom to do what you want to do in the gym. You've got that freedom of time to leave and go as you please. You've got that motivation of the music instead of someone else talking with you. So yeah, I think we've covered most of it, to be honest. Everything I can think of, unless you can think of anything else, Mike.
I'm just trying to think. I think you've said music, haven't you? You know, bang your headphones in. You know,
Yeah.
make your brain harder. Come on, get that music on. You only a bit irrelevant, but I like to add on. You know, as I always do, big talker answer. No, it's one thing that does wind me up sometimes, because obviously I like to train with music and stuff. I find some of the music in the gyms are just too loud and they override my headphones all the time. And it's like, oh, come on, turn it down. And so I'm always looking for some better headphones. So, you know, if you guys want to drop any comments and give me some recommendations of some good headphones, let me know.
Yeah. But then I guess if you didn't have your headphones, you'd be like, oh, I guess you could turn the music up a bit. Although you find it gets a bit repetitive, the music in gyms, it's a bit samey. It's not the best.
Ed was saying it like the gym's opening next week, but it's not.
Yeah. I missed them. But yeah, nice one. So again, I hope we answered your question. If you think different, or like Mike said, if you can recommend him some new headphones, or any comments that you want to add, drop them underneath the podcast and we'll be sure to reply to them and get back to you.
Okay, guys. Yeah, so that's it for today. This week, sorry. I hope I hope we answered some like questions, some good questions actually. They got me guessing a little bit. Let us know, guys. Me and Shaq are on the social media page. You know, feel free to ask any questions if you need to about the gym, or like I said, look out for those headphones or something for me. And my name's Mike, and I will see you all very shortly. Take care, guys.
Cheers, guys. See you next week.